Welcome back to the Bad Influence Podcast, Relationship Wednesday, where we tell you the truth about relationships. I'm the bad influence that you need in your life, Jordan Banderas. Listen up. If you've ever felt like your relationship was a one-way street leading straight to someone else's ego, this episode is your battle cry for freedom. Because here's the thing. Narcissism isn't just a buzzword. It's a daily pit that traps people into giving everything, time, energy, self-worth, without ever receiving the respect they deserve. And today, we expose that trap and learn what real love looks like. So, here's the thing about narcissism. Narcissists don't show up wearing big neon signs that read selfish, right? They don't. They can be charming, attentive, even irresistible at first. But underneath that facade lies a hunger for control that devours trust, respect, and emotional security. So let's break it down. Your subconscious mind seeks genuine connection. But narcissistic partners exploit that need by showering you with grand gestures, also known as love bombing. You know, it's, oh my gosh, he texts me every morning that he loves me. He says good night every night. Shit like that and more. There's a lot of examples. But I'm just giving you the easy ones, right? When they do this, it feels euphoric. But behind the scenes, your brain is primed to rely on their validation, which is the scary part of this whole thing, right? So you have to recognize the pattern. You have to take back your power because those initial perfect partner moments feel like a dream come true, right? A lot of people are like, oh my gosh, I found the perfect person. She's so good to me. She's so nice to me. He's the best. He's my king. But the dream quickly morphs into a nightmare. The narcissist game revolves around micromanaging your life, isolating you from support, and guilt-tripping you into submission. The price is your self-esteem, and you cannot afford that. People assume narcissists are easy to spot, loud, arrogant, showboats, right? But in reality, they often appear thoughtful, even self-deprecating at the start. And that misconception keeps many trapped. By the time you see the control and manipulation, it's already dug in like a tick. Narcissistic love is self-serving. It's about fueling their ego. Real love, on the other hand, it's mutual. It thrives on equality, empathy, and respect. And confusing these two leads to heartbreak, self-doubt, and a cycle of emotional drain that feels impossible to escape. But it's easy to slip into autopilot, ignoring red flags, making excuses, hoping the charming version of your partner will reappear. Oh, I've seen that so many times where people are like, I don't know what happened, but my partner, it doesn't matter if it's a man or a woman, my partner all of a sudden changed. I hope they come back. I hope they realize I'm worth it. I hope they make me feel loved. But the more you tolerate, the more you normalize toxic patterns. And we're here to jolt you out of that cycle right now. I remember in a previous relationship, I remember when I realized I was with a narcissist. It hit me like a sledgehammer. Every conversation revolved around their needs, dismissing mine entirely. It was sobering, liberating, and devastating all at once because I realized I was a supporting actor in my own life. A close friend of mine experienced the same vicious pattern. Grand romantic gestures quickly turn into relentless criticism. Only after starting therapy did they see how they were being manipulated into believing they weren't good enough. It was a painful wake-up call for them. Leaving or confronting a narcissistic dynamic isn't simple either. It's a war between your longing for genuine affection and the harsh truth that you're being emotionally battered. Oh, that realization and that fight is hard. But the first victory is acknowledging the problem. Then you can reclaim your power. Narcissism often stems from deep-rooted insecurities. The narcissist's obsession with control arises from an insatiable need for validation. The tragedy is that they can't see past their own reflection, so they'll drain you dry to feel better about themselves. They're masters at faking intimacy. Love bombing isn't genuine affection, it's bait. And once you're hooked, they reel you in and keep you dangling for their own emotional gratification. Control, gaslighting, isolation, these are their weapons. They micromanage your life, distort your perception of reality, and cut you off from supportive friends. If you find yourself questioning your own sanity, that's exactly where they want you. Real love is a partnership of equals. Both voices count. Both needs matter. You don't walk on eggshells or fear the next wave of criticism. Instead, you feel safe to express, to challenge, to grow together. Loving partners validate each other's emotions. They care about how you feel. Narcissistic partners, on the other hand, dismiss your concerns as too sensitive or overreacting sometimes. Empathy is the ultimate antidote to manipulation. In genuine love, both parties evolve side by side. One success is celebrated by the other. There's no competition or jealousy, only encouragement. And that's something that I have found with my wife. She has been the first person in my life to do this, to encourage me to do things. That's the hallmark of real, vibrant connection. Mutual celebration, not secret resentment. That's what love is all about too. Trust grows when both partners know they can rely on each other's honesty. Narcissists thrive on keeping you guessing, never fully knowing if you are approved of. Right? They want you to beg for their approval. But in real love, there's no constant need to seek approval. Acceptance. Understand this, okay? Acceptance is a given. A narcissistic partner loves to dominate the talk, often turning it into a monologue about their life, their issues, their everything. A loving partner invites dialogue, listens intently, and respects your voice. Narcissists use guilt and manipulation to keep you in line. Loving partners offer validation and work to resolve conflicts. If you feel like your emotions are dismissed or flipped against you, you're facing manipulation, not empathy. Without empathy, love cannot flourish. Narcissists simply can't place your needs on the same pedestal as their own. If you keep justifying hurtful behavior, you're fueling a dynamic that will only intensify. Watch for love bombing, inconsistent actions, and subtle put-downs disguised as jokes. Trust your instincts on this one. If something feels off, it probably is. You're not overreacting. So don't let sweet words overshadow disturbing behaviors. Stop sugarcoating the situation. If you're feeling used, controlled, or dismissed, call it out, at least to yourself. Don't hide behind excuses. Own the harsh reality. You're in a toxic loop. Own that. Boundaries are not suggestions. They're non-negotiables. State them clearly and don't let guilt or manipulative tears erode them. Because yes, they're gonna shed tears. Those fake crocodile tears will appear. Because narcissists hate boundaries because it means they can intrude on every aspect of your life. If you need help, therapists can help you see patterns you might be blind to, especially if you've been gaslit into self-doubt. Therapy also provides concrete tools for boundary settings and rebuilding self-worth. So don't isolate. Talk to friends, family, or support groups, people who actually care about you. The narcissist wants you to believe you're alone. Prove them wrong by surrounding yourself with genuine connection. Show them you're not alone. Practice daily mindfulness to notice when your partner's behaviors crosses the line. Because they will cross the line and it's up to you to identify it. Another thing that you need, or I would recommend you to learn, is emotional intelligence because it helps you respond instead of react. And when you respond, they're not going to be able to actually use that against you because you're going to give them a logical response, not a reaction that they can put down. Oh yes, that will help you a lot. The more centered you are, the less way their manipulative tactics have. When they try to guilt trip you for setting limits, stay calm, stay determined. You don't owe lengthy explanations or justifications. A simple statement like, "This is important for my well-being," is enough. That's it. No further argument is needed. Books like The Human Magnet Syndrome by Ross Rosenberg or Healing from Hidden Abuse by Shannon Thomas shine light on toxic dynamics. I will recommend you to read these books. Online communities offer solidarity. Use every tool at your disposal. A loving relationship doesn't deplete you, it nourishes you. You'll notice your confidence rising, your mental space clearing, and your joy in everyday life returning. This isn't a fantasy. It's the reward of real love. You finally get to exhale and just be. No more walking on eggshells, scanning every micro expression. A healthy partnership is a safe haven, not a war zone. You grow together, celebrate together, support each other's dreams. It's not a competition, it's a collaboration. Imagine how liberating it is when your partner genuinely roots for you. Oh, I know that feeling. And that's a feeling I want everyone else to have. Because that's the essence of a fulfilling relationship. And stepping away from a narcissistic relationship can be terrifying. Self-doubt creeps in. Maybe it's not so bad. But guess what? It is bad if you're constantly undervalued. Courage is in the absence of fear. It's acting despite it. After narcissistic abuse, trusting again can feel impossible, right? So therapy, strong friendships, and self-care are crucial. Each step forward, no matter how small, tells your mind your worth of healthy love. Because, guess what? In case nobody has ever said this to you, you deserve healthy love. You are worth it. Narcissists rarely change unless they seek serious help. So focus on what you can control. Your boundaries, your healing, your future. Love that doesn't involve mutual respect isn't love. It's a trap. Don't stay trapped. Listen to me on this one. You have the power to demand respect and give it in return. You're stronger than you think. Reflect on your relationship's balance of power. Are you an equal or are you being coerced into submission? If it's the latter, break free or set boundaries that leave zero room for manipulation. Write down instances that felt off, times your needs were dismissed or your voice was silenced. Confront these truths head on. Maybe it's limiting phone calls at work or refusing to cancel personal plans at the last minute, because a narcissist will make you do that. Communicate it and stick to it. You're not alone. I want you to understand this. You're not alone. Seek a therapist or join a support group. Dig into recommended books or online resources. Now's the time to act. No more waiting for the right moment. Demand the love you deserve. And that's it for today. Share this episode with a friend who might also be stuck in a toxic cycle. Spread this message far and wide, because there's a world of people who need to learn the difference between narcissistic control and real, nourishing love. Let's shift the conversation and build a global community that says no to toxic and yes to respect. The choice is yours.